I remember the character's name. I remember it was a journey, but like I guess the adult in me blocked off the trauma. But thank you, Sarat.
Yeah, we're just gonna start this shit live.
That's why I said I'm mad that I liked it. Like I'm really pissed.
He's tired.
Welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. All right, there we go. We're going.
Yeah. I just seen recording. Yeah, it says it now. We're 18 seconds.
Wait, hold on. You have the rosary tattooed on your chest, Chris?
Yeah.
Nah, that's the original 2 Chainz.
So do I. That's weird, bro.
I told you I did. The only difference is my rosary, which it has my dog tags at the end of it, not the cross. But it is a rosary beads.
I told y'all was the same when we started introducing Marcos. I was like, yo, y'all just brothers from the same pod.
Look, as crazy as it sounds, when I met him in real life, I was like, yo, we the exact same size and everything. Shit.
Same size, almost close. Y'all both like got Dominican in your blood. You both smell like deodorant.
You know.
What? Why? Because we like to be clean. This guy.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm about to say fresh and clean.
Yo, Sarat, like, did you get some sun? I'm not even being funny right now because this is like you look super dark.
I mean, I usually go walking my dog every day in the sun. So
okay. You're looking very, very ethnic, Papi. He's like, no. Hey. I can't even do Cambodian accent, so I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah, here's a Cambodian accent, sound like a fucking taxi driver in New York.
I don't like, hey, oh.
What he does is he butters his dog up and then walks him in the sun. He's like Kramer. It's like,
oh man.
Well, speaking of long walks, welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast featuring Marcos. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
It's your boy Marcos, aka the Sunset Kid, back in the old studio. Just switching things up, man. I got to use the space that I have.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Ford Delta. How's everybody doing out there?
Well, it is November, the season of thanks. So we're doing a little something different this month, and we wanted to start talking about movies that we have in our life that we've seen before that kind of mean something to us, that we're thankful for, that they entered into our zeitgeist. Well, like, what do you guys think about it? Do you guys have like a lot of movies in your life that you're like, you know what, that's something that like I'm glad I saw that because it affected me in a certain way.
So are you talking about like an emotional level or just a movie that you really like? Because I took it as like, this movie, every time I watch it, I'm like, God damn it, allergies always.
First things first, I'm thankful for Jack Daniel. Just say.
Well, I'm thankful for the real or the Ryle tea company. Thank you for sending me out samples. I appreciate you guys.
Marcos, he gonna have the runs later. Watch, he just tasting anything.
Like, right. No. I actually really like this. They got them at CVS, but I was like, I'd like to send an email and ask if I could get it. I wish I had a beer though, but I'm not going upstairs.
A little shock top. No, I'm talking about movies that like, again, not necessarily, you don't need to have like an emotional reaction, but like after you see it, you're like, like I'm glad I came across this movie because maybe it made me think about things in a different way. Maybe it affected me in a certain way. Just something that like, when you think about movies in your life, you have a fond memory of this movie.
Oh, definitely. Well, my top 3. But I always like seeing a movie that makes me think outside myself.
Yeah.
Or see something in a different perspective.
So, like what? Oh, no. Matter of fact, no, don't say that because you might actually pick it for your movie this week. What about you, Marcos? You got any? Have you had good relationships with movies where you're like, man, like this movie affected me in a way that I'm like, I just
There's a bunch of movies that I'll put on, and if I want to be in a certain like mode or situation, like this is gonna sound corny, but like movies that'll pump me up. Like one of my favorite action movies that I like is like either John Wick or what's it called, Extraction 2. Is like movies like that is just like gets your adrenaline pumping. But then like if I want to feel,
there you go, he didn't say Sisu.
Like but a feel good movie, like there's a couple of them, but there's other movies that I know are like an emotional sink trap. Like I don't watch, like I watch them, but I know it's like, God damn it. like the Will Smith. What is it? The movie we was poor. I forgot the name of
Pursuit
it.
of Happiness.
Yeah, like that movie is like
that's actually a good one. I should have picked that. God damn, I should have
like,
picked it.
Really interesting.
Well, I mean, like Pursuit of Happiness is so good, and like it's one of those movies that like you can delve into it and pull so many emotional beats off of it.
Yep.
Okay,
Like,
so let me ask you this real quick. So, speaking on the subject of movies you're thankful for, are y'all like obviously you don't say the movies that you are thinking of because we got to choose them, but are you looking for that emotional pull or one that just pulls it out of you? I guess.
I think for me, I like movies that like maybe because I didn't expect it to affect me in a certain way. Then after you watch it, you're like, God damn, that really hit home or something like that. Like movies like that it's like there's certain movies where you watch it knowing you're gonna get something out of it, but other ones that just pull it out of you you didn't expect. I like those ones better. What do you,
See,
Marcos?
Yep.
I'll go ahead. Mark,
I like to be highly entertained. Like a movie that surprised me that I didn't think. Like I thought it was just going to be a fan service. Like I thought it was going to be a good movie, but I didn't think it was going to be a complete movie.
Yep.
And it's something that's recent. It was the second Avengers movie, Avengers Endgame. Like, yo, it's crazy. Like I'll rewatch it every now and then, and like I don't know why. And you guys can make fun of me if you want. I get emotional when all of a sudden Cap is like strapping in the broken shield, and you hear like on your left, like you feel like an exuberance, like like you feel like the emotional pull that the movie is trying to push you to. You get it.
Yeah.
Like it's like you fear like you fear for the character because it's like everything, all chips are down, and he's alone. Like when like Chris Evans is good in that character, his nuances that he uses in his performance when he strapped the shield, like he was kind of like we gonna do this.
So we can go on about the Avengers because I mean, when the end fight happens, I get goosebumps, especially when Captain Marvel enters the scene. That her whole 10 seconds of fame right there was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Her movie sucked ass, but that 10 seconds made up for it. I'm so serious.
When she just grabs his hand.
No, when she actually comes through,
when she comes up the sky and all the guns start aiming at her.
Yeah.
I just find it funny that Marcos has not named a movie past the last 10 years.
Oh, there's a bunch of movies, bro. But it's like, of course, like when it comes to my access to recollection, like you always forget, like everything that you have.
You don't forget. You don't forget. Because I'll tell you right now, two movies that we were talking about that had that emotional pull, where there's a surprise to it, and it's one that we covered on here. And I have to admit that shit fucked me up. Was on The Silent Voice. I can't forget that movie. It's an anime, but that shit was deep.
Yeah,
that shit was deep.
Like
after we got done, like, yo, I don't know how to talk about this. Like it was heavy as a cartoon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is. Like the thing that always gets me is when a character, when they personalize like rejection.
Yeah.
Like when it's like shit, when it's an emotion that you can experience and relate to.
Yeah.
That it's not like, no matter how crazy the story is or what, like there's a Naruto movie, right? Where it's called the not the last. It's a movie like where basically the plot is, in the beginning he gets accused of assassinating somebody.
Yep.
And like it's obviously not him, and he's going to his people that are like that. Well, he's being accused, and he's going to his friends, and they're like, I was not there with you. And he's like, what are you talking about? And like the heartbreak that he experiences is like, holy shit. Like I'm about to go through this, and like the emotional arc that he has, it's it's crazy. And it's like, it's like people, oh, it's an anime, but it's like, if the story is written well,
yeah,
and they want to catch you in an emotional beat, whereas happiness, whereas joy, whereas fear, whatever, if done well, it can catch you. Like emotion of sadness and stuff like that always catches me more and has a deeper impact than, let's say, being scared or being apt.
Well,
I
well,
mean, I
speaking of
definitely.
speaking of
Go ahead.
speaking of animated movies that
Mhm.
capture you, the movie we watched this week was something I picked that I remember from my childhood, and I picked it specifically because it's one of the first movies I remember actually seeing as a kid. And
Mhm.
that says something, because when you delve back, you don't sometimes you get older, you don't really recollect that far back that much. But like certain movies or certain things just like pop in my mind. So the movie I picked this week was The Land Before Time from 1980 something, had to be.
Fucking boy.
88, 88. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Fucking boy.
And like
No, I'm
what
joking.
like do you guys remember seeing that when it first came out? Like when did y'all first see that?
I remember it as like I remember the character's name. I remember it was a journey, but like I guess the adult in me blocked off the trauma. But thank you, Sarat. Like especially now, like as a kid, I was talking to my wife. Like it gives you like this crazy fear of being left alone or being without your parents.
Yeah.
And
Really?
when we watched it, she was just like, I used to think about that all the time. Like, what would happen if I'm separated from my parents and I never see them, or like one of them dies?
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's crazy, and I kind of hate you for that now, especially now as somebody that lost his mom, seeing this dude lose his mom, and then the old head, the spiked tail coming in, and it's like, fuck you, man, fuck you, Sarat. Like I hate you, I
Now,
hate you.
I mean, as an adult, there's so many significant parts in the movie, but growing up, I remember watching it, but it was my not my younger brother, but the one not under me, right, like under him. So two brothers under me
Yep.
was his favorite movie, and we watched it for like 4 years straight, every goddamn day. Where
So
I
you
hated the movie. You
so
know what I'm
did you
saying?
hate it because you didn't like it, or did you hate it just because you had to watch it so much?
Had to watch it so much over and over. So I really can't tell you my first impact of it because I grew to hate it. You know what I'm saying? So until now, here I am as a 40-year-old man, and I watched it, and I understood it on a different level. Like, okay, this is actually, in my opinion, a great movie for kids.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
very good.
So
Mm.
One that it's not that long. It's an hour
Only
and
an
eight
hour.
minutes long,
Yep.
yep, and I
and
saw
then
that, and I was like, that's wild as hell.
yeah,
Now compared to like yo, that's like a one shot anime. Like you know what I mean? Like one
yeah,
of those specials.
yeah,
Like
TV
this is
special.
yeah. And the crazy thing is, so where do you guys remember where you saw this? I remember this. I saw this in elementary school in an assembly. Like I don't know. I went to public school in New York, so we used to have assemblies every so often where like I don't know, I can't even remember if these movies were out on video or whatever, but like we used to watch like I saw the Mighty Ducks, all three of them in assembly. I saw this
Bro,
movie, I saw
I
like
feel like your teachers just didn't try with y'all. They was like, you know what, this new movie just came. I just put this on
Just
and
put this on
made it
TV.
gonna
Let
be.
them watch.
no, but like I'm not talking about the TV. I'm talking about like assembly. Like you went into the auditorium
Yeah. They
and
was
like
efficient. They did it all at once instead of doing it instead of moving that cart with the TV to every class. They
like
just
I mean, the New York public school system, at least when I grew up, was top tier. Like, there's a lot of shit I'll talk to people and they'll be like, I was like, yeah, they're like, oh, where you learn that? Like in college? I was like, no, like, like,
Public school
first of all, we had to write in cursive, which is crazy now.
in the
Like
third
people
grade.
don't do that
yeah,
anymore.
no one knows how to write in cursive anymore or
Exactly.
read in cursive.
And then here's the crazy thing is I did the beginning of middle school in Dominican Republic, and Dominican Republic is even worse. They're like I came back knowing algebra and eh,
I
and I
bet you
was huh?
I bet you went there as a 10-year-old thinking you was gonna learn some education. You came back learning how to chop cars and
This
this is what
guy.
an alternator looks like.
No, I came back
Baseball.
with like some crazy shit, and then
Mm.
finding out history, like actual world history,
Yep.
not told by the person that thinks they're the greatest superhero in the world, which U.S. history thinks. Like
Mm.
it's told in a way like, oh, we liberated these people, and then
Yeah.
like the other world is like, no, they came in and they took some stuff
Yeah.
because they wanted it,
Yeah.
you know.
So let's think about this name real quick. The Land Before Time. Did any of that hit you guys at all in any way? Like I let it sit for a minute. That title alone, "The Land
Well,
Before Time."
I mean, for me, it was just, it just, I looked at it as, something that, just catered to the time zone, the time period that the movie takes place, because it's prehistoric, it's with dinosaurs. So
Mhm,
I just assumed it was that. But as an adult looking at it, if I'm thinking about it, it's almost like before, like, life didn't start for Littlefoot, the lead character,
mhm.
until the big tragedy happens, and then that's kind of like the time before time, and then that's when time really started for him. So I don't know. What do you think?
Go ahead. I'm curious, Chris, because
Oh,
like I'm still
no,
trying to process it.
no, exactly, because like as I sat there and I just let it marinate for a minute, "The Land Before Time." It's almost like the way I interpreted it was something that's already been there before you even noticing it was there.
And what would
Like
that be
like the Great Valley was
to
already
you?
there. N- I'm
Yeah,
saying the Great Valley was already there. They were trying to get there, and then time happened. Something happened that made time basically stand still. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's almost like
Yeah,
you're trying to get somewhere that already existed, but because something happened in your life, you have to get there now. But
yeah,
it was always there, always there.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I I think it like honestly, I'm drawing a blank, but like if I had to take a shot in the dark, it's basically I think of the title as the like of course the land before time. It's like the earth existed before, like you said, Littlefoot even existed himself.
Mhm.
So like everything that he's going through, as explained by the spike tail, has already happened like to other people. So it's like nothing new.
yeah,
Like that's why all the adults are kind of like not surprised by everything, and like it's crazy. It kind of reminds you of like where adults were during that time. It was kind of like, also this movie has a lot. As an adult, I took away a lot of allegories here that I as a child didn't recognize.
Well,
yeah,
racism
Like
was one of them.
yeah, like yeah, he's like, oh, we'll talk to you
The
long neck
the
motherfuckers.
the long necks. You know
so,
what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, the three horns don't talk to the long necks. I
Yeah,
was like, oh
but
shit.
then like it's funny because Sarah, first of all, by her name, they were white. They had to
No,
be
no, no,
white.
no, 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 no. Here's the thing.
Okay,
Okay, so growing up, I just assumed it was Sarah, Sara, or
I had the
Sarah.
caption on.
Yeah,
It's
it's spelled
CER way. CER.
Cera, like
Sarah,
Michael
like
Sarah. So I was like,
Triceratops.
Oh,
yeah. So I was like,
Yeah,
huh, okay.
which I
but
thought was dope, but you
Yeah,
wouldn't know that.
but it's like, and the only reason without you, like the name was like a hard thing, like oh, like it adds to my point. But it's like the three horns said it, but notice that Littlefoot's mom didn't say shit. Like she didn't like they looked at each other when they picked up their child,
Mhm.
and like he didn't even say nothing to her, like because he looked at her kind of like in a way, at least that's how the animation looked to me, like to see if she's gonna say something too.
yeah,
But she was just like, we just play with our kind. And I looked at my wife, I was like, God damn, this movie,
Look,
I didn't know this movie had racism.
look, that's
And
also
then
the oh, go ahead.
and then you saw the mix kid, which was a swimmer for
Was Ducky
Hispanics.
Ducky.
He was like, I have a long tail, long neck. And then like he was trying to assimilate, but he's like, nah, I'm a swimmer.
Rest was a she.
He was
Yeah,
trying to
It
pass. He was a light-skinned brother.
it was a girl. Ducky was a girl.
yeah.
Yeah, but like she was trying to pass. Like I said, she was trying to be a light-skinned female.
Well,
But
okay, so so the story of the movie is you have, basically food is running out in a certain area. So everybody's migrating over to the Great Valley where there's, more water, more food and things like that. And as they're going, there's a big earthquake and kind of splits them up.
mhm.
And,
The
then
tectonic plates
yeah.
shifted,
So
which is
it's kind of
insane.
splits it up. So the kids are, trying to get to the Great Valley on their own, where the parents are already over there. Now, in the midst of it, they come across a Tyrannosaurus called Shark Tooth. I don't know why you're gonna give a crazy ass animal a lesser animal's name as something like vicious. Like a
No, no,
T-Rex is
no.
worse than a
No.
shark, right?
I didn't think they didn't call him
Oh, no.
shark tooth. It's
Oh,
sharp.
yeah,
Shark?
Sharp like knife.
yeah, with a P.
Oh, okay, I thought
Yeah.
it was shark tooth. I'm like, how you gonna give the T-Rex the name shark as like
Nah,
Man, so even your understanding comes in with an accent, sir?
listen, sometimes they got lisps, you know. But then
I like the fact
in,
they give the T-Rex dog
because of the T-Rex and all that, Littlefoot's mom in defending them gets killed. And so
Okay, so I
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
So they have to deal with, Littlefoot has to deal with the loss of his mom and basically being alone and then kind of adopting a family as they try to make their way to the Great Valley. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Yep.
So I rewound that scene like 3 times.
Mhm.
Where did the mom get the fatal blow?
He took a chomp out her back.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
I thought she just like slapped him with the tail.
They didn't show it. They showed the shadow.
Yeah,
Oh.
the shadow. He takes a bite, and then when you see, you kind of can see the little chunk out her back.
Okay.
Which I got to give it to her because check this out. How Sarah and Littlefoot calling for their parents and only one shows up. The dad was over there sleeping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, but you could tell by with Sarah's attitude that they were kind of a hard-nosed kind of group of people, right?
Yeah.
She was very much had the attitude like, I can do this shit myself, man. Fuck y'all, go over there. I can get this food myself.
But still, when she called her daddy, he was like, I'm over here macking. You know what I'm saying? When he called his mama, mama showed up.
First of all,
and mama protected both of them, even though she just got shitted on by Sarah's daddy earlier in the scene.
Do you think that was part of the plot, or they just didn't have it in the budget to have the dad be voiced? Because I felt like when Littlefoot called out for his mom or whatever, like when Sarah called out for her parents, they just looked at him like it was like, wait, like so no, you ain't gonna have somebody voice over there like and say like you must get to the Great Valley. It was just like nothing happened.
I felt like with Sarah, it was a matter of like I felt like her family was kind of a, hey, you're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to learn. Like, I'm not gonna coddle you. You're gonna have to learn this. And that's why I felt like she had the kind of attitude she had, because she had the attitude of someone who's like seemed like they had to learn to fend for themselves early. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. I've like in the beginning when before they gave characterizations of each individual, like I felt like Sarah was very mischievous, and when she tried to headbutt another species, like dad got in front of her, not to be like, oh, like you got to learn. It's more like, hey, don't hurt other children, right? Or
I don't know.
No, I thought it was more stick to yourself because when she was born, she came out headbutting her parents. When Littlefoot was born, like he came out loving, like he had his mom and his grandparents. Like we're getting to something here. Like I feel like Spike when he was born, he was an adolescent by himself, maybe even a little ADHD, but just super strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ducky just happy go lucky. Petrie really
afraid, introverted.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So going back to Spike, do you think the old head was his dad?
Which one? Like the one that was telling the story?
No, the one that came in and dropped the knowledge, brother.
No, I don't think he was his dad.
They were the same species, weren't they? There were 3 spike tails.
No,
I don't know.
It was a Stegosaurus. He just didn't have his plates on his back yet.
I just don't know if that was his parent. I just think because they're like, yo, he got left alone. I presume that his family just thought he was a dud egg.
Yeah,
ended up, getting being born after.
I feel like
can we?
I feel like the old dude was more like a life situation where you run into that old head.
Yeah,
that's like let's think of like the Rocky movies for a minute, or Creed, where you got Sylvester Stallone's character and you got this upcoming boxer, and he's like, look, I see where you're at. I've been there.
Yeah.
You might want to do something different. Like, how many times have you ran into an old person that just schooled you real quick because you needed to hear some shit, and then they go mind their business? I have. I can name them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, it was weird to me that like he was a baby, right? And then the dinosaur was like, "Hey man, you'll be all right, brother." and then just rolled out, like just left him. Like,
I mean, that's kind of like law of the jungle. That's how it is sometimes, you know. Like, hey man, I'm gonna toss you out this tree. Fly, you better fly.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how it is for animals and stuff. I think we as humans, you know, we're used to being raised until we're 18, 20 years old. Some animals got 6 months.
You got
You better
18, 20
learn.
minutes.
You know.
For real.
Okay, so there is something about this movie that, like, I guess I didn't notice it when I was a kid, but you know, watching it as an adult, you see the story playing along,
Mhm.
and then you hear some of the quotes and some of the visuals. You know, fucking Littlefoot's mom appearing in the clouds. You
Mhm.
know, the old head talking about, you know, that's she dying. That's just the circle of life.
Mhm.
yep.
Did Lion King just steal all of the Land Before Time? Because to
No, because
me,
this
here's
was
the reason.
very crude.
No, but to me, The Lion King is one of, if not the greatest animated movie of all time. But after watching this, I'm just like, I feel like they just took everything from The Land Before Time and placed that shit in Africa.
Nah. I can't agree to that.
Why?
Do I
They have
do I
better
see
songs, but
do I see similarities? Definitely. But I feel like Lion King told a much more in-depth, better story. Like
Yeah.
they had two brothers, a brother kill his brother. You know what I'm
yep.
saying?
Yeah, some
To be
Hamlet. Go ahead.
to be avenged by his son that runs off. Like the whole conversation with Rafiki, where he's like, either you can run from it or learn from it. He's like, yeah, but the past still hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a real life quote right there. The past hurts. So you gonna run from it or you gonna learn from it. You know what I'm saying?
I get
It's
that.
like I
But
feel like Lion King just was told a much better story.
well, I get that. I feel like The Lion King took this story and said, oh, okay, we can add some stuff in here to flesh it out.
Mhm.
But like, come on, literally the old head talking to Littlefoot, talking about, you know, that's, you know, sorry, that's the great circle of life. That's exactly Mufasa's fucking conversation with Simba when he takes him out into the to the Sahara or over
But
the Prague.
I think I don't think I think they're similar just because these are basic life lessons that you want to pass along to children by while entertaining them. But Simba was a prince to be king. Littlefoot was just a dinosaur. Like this was more of a go like the moral of the story that I got from Land Before Time is life gives you um some bad moments that you know if you just keep going forward, keep moving forward, you'll get through it and be better for it. You know what I mean? Like I think this
Sounds like
entire
Lion
movie.
King to me. Sounds like Lion King to me.
No, because Lion King is more about responsibility, is about pressure from the world around you, you choosing what you want to be. Like I think outside of the tragedy of losing Mufasa, I think the whole arc of Simba was he didn't want to follow in his parents' directions. He didn't want to be king. He didn't want the responsibility. He was like, let my uncle do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like he didn't feel like he was up for it. Like his
I don't think
dad
he felt.
stood he stood in his dad's shadow.
Well, he definitely did that, but I don't think he didn't want the responsibility. I think he just felt entitled to it. Like one day I'm going to be king and I'm going to do it how I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Not
Mhm.
knowing he got to fight his own uncle for the spot. Like think
Yeah.
about that. I love my uncle to death. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you just killed my dad to be my dad. Come on now.
No, listen, I get it, but what it feels like to me is like if you took the story of the Lion King and you boil it down to like to Land Before Time, it feels like the Land Before Time is the part in the Lion King where where Mufasa dies and Simba runs off, and then he learns to be himself again with Pumbaa and Timon. But, you know, but in the
No,
Lion
no,
King, in the Lion King, it happens pretty quickly. Where this one, it's pretty much the whole movie is that growth.
no, I can't see that because when he runs with Timon and Pumbaa, Hakuna Matata is about don't worry about shit. Let's just get high and call it the 70s. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
no, I get that. I get that.
His woman Nala smacked some shit into him, and he got a case to get right.
No, but what I'm saying is, from that moment that he meets Timon and Pumbaa, he kind of just, you know, he kind of his spirits pick back up, and he kind of learns to live again a little bit before Nala comes in and tells him about his responsibilities. Whereas this one, most of this movie is Littlefoot dealing with the loss of his mom and
Okay,
trying to come to grips with it.
okay, but speaking
Right.
of that, Littlefoot doesn't actually because they narrated like he forgot he was so hurt he forgot about his hunger and everything else. Where they show the little birds fighting over the cherries,
Hmm.
and the little bird walks by and tries to offer it to him,
Yeah.
and he's just like not even there.
Yeah, he spent a bunch of time just mugging,
Yeah,
like,
and
you know what I
even
mean?
the bird's like, okay, well, like I can't help you. Like how you learn? Littlefoot doesn't learn to live again, or at least find a purpose in living again until he meets Ducky.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. This movie is mostly that time in between the death of Mufasa to him, singing Hakuna Matata. All that is this movie.
Well, I could tell you that this movie was in development around the same time.
I think it was
But
done way before.
No, way before Lion King.
I
Was
And
know
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Lion King came out like what, 91, 92, something like that?
no,
Oh, like 95, 96, bro.
yeah, for real.
But
And this movie
like
came
I
out.
understand
This
what
movie
you're
came out in 88.
I understand what you're saying, but you can't say that the Lion King just borrowed. I think the Lion King is a way more developed story.
It
Where
is.
this one was about law. It was about the circle of life in terms of loss,
Mhm.
friendship, and prosperity, and it was more about moving on to adulthood. And he was still a kid, and then also we got shitty sequels. Like the other
Yeah,
ones after
Yeah,
this were
yes,
not
yes.
good.
Lion
I
King
mean,
got shitty sequels too.
we don't even talk about those. Like,
Oh, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you saw a movie and then you were like, you know what, I love that movie, but I know what I would do to make it better.
mhm.
I feel like that's what they did with Lion King, because you can't get an animated movie with animals and have the prime message be about the circle of life. Exact words, circle of life. Okay, and
But that was a phrase
no,
that was used in a lot of children's stories back then.
no. But then you got fucking Littlefoot's mom coming back to him as a cloud in the sky, just like Mufasa did to fucking Simba. Come on.
I'm not gonna convince you. I'm not gonna convince
I'm
you,
just
but
saying.
I'm not saying you're off, but I'm just saying it does sound like they borrowed a lot from it, but I don't think they stole from it. I just think that
it feels like The Land Before Time was the inspiration. Like somebody saw that and loved it, and then when it came to their time, they're like, I can do that movie, but like with more lessons. I can develop it more, make it a little more in depth.
See, but I feel like Land Before Time did that seem better. If Lion King did copy it, what the case may be,
Mhm.
because when Littlefoot's mom is dying, or maybe I got it wrong, but she says some things you see with your eyes, some things you see with your heart.
Yeah.
Trust it. In so many words. So he could be having a whole figment of his imagination and just sees a cloud that like, mom, because he's still traumatized.
Yeah.
And the cloud moves and he follows it. So it's like one of those things where the universe is like helping him out at that moment.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Mufasa appearing in the clouds like, you are my son, the one true king. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, it's to me, it's way too coincidental that these movies use the same exact themes and scenarios. I'm just saying, I think whoever made this movie took a lot of inspiration off of The Land Before Time, or
I
Lion
wouldn't
King
doubt it.
took a lot of inspiration off Land Before Time.
No, I wouldn't doubt that because if you look, did you look at the credits?
Mhm.
Don Bluth, which did a bunch of kids movies back in the 80s.
Yep, that
Steven
dude.
Spielberg was a part of it.
Mhm.
George Lucas was a part of it. Star
Mhm.
Wars. So these are
And
heavy hitters.
Spielberg. It was the first credit was Lucas and Spielberg production.
Yep.
So these are heavy hitters in this. You know what I'm saying?
So you could honestly say that everything goes back to them copying from Star Wars.
No, you can't. But go on.
I mean, it's one
No,
of those things.
I'm just
You're
saying that,
dealing
like,
with loss. You're dealing with loss, and you're
Yeah.
dealing with a journey that comes with change.
listen, you're dealing with loss. You're dealing with that the child losing a parent. Like again, those are themes that you see in a lot of movies. But the fact that you have actual the phrase the circle of life plus a scene with the parent appearing as a cloud to the child, I was like, ooh, that's
Hey,
very on the nose.
Obi-Wan appeared as a hologram,
So
which is kind of the same thing.
Much as I
That's,
love you, I can't fully agree. Like
man, y'all just
I see the similarities, but I still feel like they both movies stand on their own.
no, they do. They stand on their own. I'm just saying, whoever, George Lucas, when he made Star Wars, he took a lot of the inspiration from John Carter, but the original books, not the movie.
Yeah.
So, that's why when John Carter came out, everybody's like, oh, they just stole from Star Wars. Like, no, Star Wars took from them.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
come on, Don Bluth needs to get more recognition, man. That dude, fucking All Dogs Go to Heaven,
Hmm.
American Tail, Land Before
Have you
Time.
seen if you ever want to
Those are
cry,
all classics.
Mhm.
if you ever want to cry, watch the YouTube video where they talk about how the and All Dogs Go to Heaven, it was I forgot, Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so the little girl died, right?
Yeah.
The little girl that voices the little girl, she
She was lucky.
died.
She was lucky also. She was lucky in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she died after like her dad beat her to death. And she filmed her scenes, and then Burt Reynolds had to do a movie, and he came back to film his scenes. And in
Mhm.
between, the tragedy happened. They went to the funeral, and then their first take back, he heard her final speech as a little girl, and then he had to deliver his lines as the dog, and the emotion that he had, him like damn near crying,
Yeah.
was based on real life.
Oh yeah.
Like that was crazy.
I saw that. Like one of my favorite songs from any movie is from that movie.
Yeah.
Wait, like there's so much realness to it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
yeah, I actually seen that where he was in there filming, and after you watch the movie, and then you actually see him knowing what happened, like
Yeah.
he was actually really really hurt filming those last scenes. Like
Because
I swear I'm gonna see you again. You know what I'm saying?
like her dialogue and what happened to her and his response, like it's the eeriness of where art meets real life.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like,
Do you okay? So when you think back to animated movies from your childhood, which ones do you guys remember more? Do you guys remember more Disney, more Fox, or more of these Don Bluth ones? Because I'll be honest with you, I was starting to think back, and I'm like, obviously you got your I got my Goofy movies and my Lion Kings and stuff like that. But when I think back to the movies that actually like impacted me as a child, I feel like the Don Bluth ones sit higher than any Disney ones.
Yeah, because I think I can't tell you what my first Disney movie was that I saw, but the first one I remember is Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
the
But
first one I remember was the Jungle Book.
okay,
Like those songs are like in my brain.
Yeah.
Like even if I don't remember the full plot points, like if I watch it, it like how like you just need to hear a little bit. You're like, oh, I know exactly what's happening, and you start
but
like
see,
remembering everything.
Is that why you grew up and try to make yourself look like King Louis?
that's a good one.
I can see it. I can see you sitting in the throne like King Louis.
Oh man. But no, one thing I will say, the difference between Don Bluth films and Disney, if they were rivals, Disney had musicals. Every movie back then had music with it somewhere.
Yeah.
Don Bluth films didn't really have music. They might have like a musical scene, like in American Tale, where they meet the cat on stage, I think, or whatever.
Yep.
Even in All Those Go to Heaven, there was
All
a
his
few
movies were
musicals.
dick punches. Like, let's be real.
No, I feel like Don Bluth tried to make more like realistic meaning. Like even though Disney did the same thing, Don Bluth was like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like life hurts, and I'm gonna show you that it hurts.
Yeah. I feel like the only Disney movie from back then that really did that was Bambi. Other than that, like a lot of the movies had life lessons, but it was kind of sugar coated. Where again, the Don Bluth movies, that fucking scene at the end of All Dogs Go to Heaven when Charlie died, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot of live action movies that can't get that much emotion. I was like, God damn. I watched that shit on a plane the other day. Bro, that's the wrong thing to be doing.
Yeah, when you get older, because I think as you get older,
Mhm.
like, do you guys find yourself a little more emotional as an older person?
Oh, 100%. I cried at a drop of a dime, and then like Lily looks at me and it's like,
wings.
no. You're a dick. But it's more like when you've gone through real tragedies, and then the characters have similar tragedies in their lives. you like bro, like I told you guys, I think we had I text you guys that I saw Black Black Phone 2,
Mhm.
Mm.
and because losing my mom, and then the main character lost their mom, and then they made it a plot point. Like there's a huge payoff at the end that I'm like, God damn, I hate you guys.
See,
Like I hate you guys so much. Like I'm in the theater like motherfuckers. Like
but see,
God
because
damn it.
that can relate to you. So as a person that hasn't gone through that,
Mhm.
I can still feel the emotion when she's crying, and then she says, Am I always going to be this cursed?" And
Yeah.
her mom's like, "It's not a curse. It just lets it go." It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like I said, I guess when you get older and you've experienced life and been through some things, you're like, "Yo, that means something."
Yeah.
I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Even in cartoons, that's why sometimes cartoons tell the best story versus a real live movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, because I feel like sometimes with real live movies, it's hard. It's hard to really take a lesson in when it's Samuel L. Jackson telling you. It's just like you're looking at it, you're like, oh, it's just a movie star just saying some shit. But with a cartoon, sometimes like you can really just allow the story to be told, and you can
Mhm.
allow yourself to connect to it. Like again, like one of my favorite ones is a Goofy movie, because that whole idea of like just trying to connect with your son and feeling like you're losing your son, you're doing everything like. Again, I don't have a kid, but I remember being that rebellious kid and just, my dad trying to teach me certain things, and I just thought I knew more. And
Mm,
so when I see that, I'm just like, I look back now, I'm like, oh, it's right. Yeah, you went through that. You might have thought you were a great kid, but you did go through that point where you were
mm.
kind of that, you know, talking back to your parents kind of kid.
Can you think of a movie from 2000 to now that, as a cartoon or kids movie, has anything remotely close to the movies we grew up on as kids movies?
Oh yeah. Um oh my god,
Who?
Encanto. The one about
Bless you.
Oh, um,
the Mexican heritage, and
okay,
he's
okay.
he's connecting with his ancestors and everything. That
Mm,
movie's real
okay,
deep.
okay. Don't get me wrong. That movie was good. Just like oh,
It's like
what is it?
Coco.
Yeah, Coco. Like Coco was good,
Yeah.
but I don't think they can touch the depth of Land Before Time.
Sorry, it
And
was Coco. Yeah. That was the one with the Mexican family, right? That the
Yeah.
guy was
Yeah. Day of the
yeah,
Dead.
yeah, not
Was
Encanto is something else. Sorry.
now Encanto was good too, but it had to do with like people getting gifts stuff like that. But any movie from 2000 up till now, do you think they can match the depth? They'll win nowadays because of animation and production and everything like that. But the story itself that it's telling, do you
I
think
feel
it can match the 80s?
No, because I feel like again, there's certain movies in the 80s and the 90s that just they didn't sugarcoat the lesson.
Mm,
Whereas I think so a lot of movies now, they try to teach the lesson, but they try to teach it in as the most accessible way possible, as to maybe not, jar kids or traumatize kids. Where,
mm,
because I mean, we grew up
A
in
lot
an
of
era.
these movies, yeah, they were traumatic, dog.
Yeah, we
okay,
grow up. Everybody talks about Bambi's mom dying. Like that
true,
fucked us up as a kid.
true.
Whereas nowadays you don't really see that. Like again, you can watch a movie like Coco or like Soul. Soul's about a dude dying, right? And shit like that.
Mm,
And it's like, but it never really you never really feel it that much because it's done in such a sugar coated way that it's
mhm,
like, maybe the lesson will hit, but it doesn't traumatize you the way them our
Yeah.
movies did back in the day.
okay, hmm,
Mm,
interesting.
yeah. All right, but so
Okay, wait, before I let you finish, I don't know if you answer this, but why are you thankful for this movie? Because you did choose it.
So I'm thankful, one, because this is one of those movies that uh it was one of the first movies I ever saw that I remember a life lesson coming from. I remember actually getting emotional off it as a kid. And it's one of those movies that like you realize when you watch it, you realize some movies can affect you and can transform you. And it was one of those things that like after this movie, I remember watching movies and kind of really looking into like what a movie means to me, what kind of lessons am I getting, what kind of emotions am I getting. And I started really connecting with movies more. Whereas I feel like if I grew up not really, if I didn't have this movie, I might have just watched a movie for entertainment value more than what I got out of it.
Hmm,
Yep.
Yeah. I
okay.
mean, do you guys have a movie in your repertoire that really made you go like, "Oh, movies are more than just entertainment"?
I don't want to sound cliche because this is not the movie I'm picking for my movie, but Lion King. And like I said, I don't want to sound cliche, but that was the first movie with a bunch of siblings we got to go see at the movie theater
Hmm.
because we would go see Ninja Turtles, and my brother Steven got sick, so we had to leave. So we didn't get to see that full movie. When we saw Lion King, we saw the Lion King. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the story it told, just like using animals to depict what human people can do. Um, that was yeah, that's my movie. Like to me, even though Hercules is my favorite Disney movie,
Yep.
it's not Disney's greatest movie. Lion King is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Marcos?
Aladdin. Honestly, Aladdin was a really good movie
Oh, it
to
is.
me.
That's correct. It's got one of my
Like,
favorite Disney songs ever.
yeah, Disney soundtrack.
What?
Like, it was.
You never had it for
Awesome.
Let Me?
Oh, a whole new world, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. And Jasmine got that ass.
No, ain't no cartoon character better than Jessica Rabbit.
And then
Ever.
it was one of the first movies that I ever seen that the person was even more scarier because he was manipulating the people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was like, I'm gonna kill you. It wasn't like a threat. It was like, no, Jafar's biggest threat was him getting other people not to believe you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
How did that lesson affect you as a kid?
it affected you because like it's one of the first few times that I can remember knowing about how people could be fake. They could be for you right in front of your face, and then behind your back, they could be, plotting on your downfall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I think that is a lesson that, like, again, when kids watch Aladdin, they might just watch it and be like, oh, he's the bad guy. That's what bad guys do. But if as you watch it and actually pay attention, you're like, oh, no, there's a lot of people in my life that are like that.
And then if you think about it, if it wasn't for Aladdin messing up his timeline, you would have never, like, the king and Jasmine would have never known that this guy was as devious. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
In
There's,
the
I
real
mean,
life version, I feel like Snoop Dogg should have played Jafar.
you think, I don't know.
He looked just like him.
God damn.
Yeah, he does. But if I'm trying to do a live action Aladdin again, I know they did the one with Will Smith.
Yeah.
If I were to do it again, I would have Adam Driver play Jafar.
No,
Adam Driver.
you know what? I'm gonna do you one better.
Adam Driver's the dude from the recent. He played Kylo Ren in Star Wars.
Yeah, it would have been
okay,
for me. It would have been the dude, and I don't know. He probably didn't look like that anymore. It would have been the dude from The Mummy, the one that was the ally, the mysterious dude with the turban.
Oh, with the tattoo under his eyes.
Yeah, yep.
Which one was
he? He was in a bunch of movies.
Who played
He was in a
him?
bunch.
I don't know.
It was like it's Omet something. He I got to look him up, but yeah, I would have liked him.
Yeah.
I feel like Snoop Dogg would have been in there because he got the same lip structure as Jafar. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He'd be like,
I do think.
Don't go to that desert, cuz. Don't go to that desert, cuz. You ain't gonna survive, cuz.
I need that diamond in the rough.
I do think that Will Smith did a really good job bringing to life the genie.
You know,
a lot of people hated on that movie, but like out of everybody in that movie, he brought it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, all right. But I think at that point, people were already turning their backs on the live action remakes, even though that one was probably their most successful one that they've had.
I don't like none of them, and I feel like even with Jumanji, and I'm a huge rock fan, especially when it comes to Robin Williams. Robin Williams was such a great actor.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I watched Hook the other day, and I was like all giddy because it was my childhood. So if you go remake a movie that not only did an actor that's not here no more, that was actually a great actor, you got to pay some type of homage to them somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
they connected it, right?
Huh?
Didn't they connect it?
No,
yeah, they did. It was a legacy sequel that like they referenced the original story, but that they completely understood that it wasn't the same characters. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like there should have been a scene, like even in the Aladdin with Will Smith. Like you said, Will Smith did great. Good movie. But there should have been like a hall of genies where Will Smith is like, yeah, this is where, the genies from before me. And they pay the picture of Robin Williams sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Like just to let people know, go back and watch the original one.
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
understand why we made the new one. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I'll agree to that. I like when movies do that. That kind of like that. That slight homage, but then still make it their own.
Matter of fact, this is totally off subject, but in the Brothers Grimsby, I know y'all seen that Sacha Baron
It's-
Cohen
Mhm.
when he talks about some people love women too much, he puts a picture of Bill Cosby up, and some didn't love him enough, and it's George Michael. So that's an asshole, an asshole description, but
Yeah,
he's paid homage. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. All right. So before we go, it's time. It's question of the week. Since I picked the movie, it's my turn to pick the question. And okay, so here's a big question I have for y'all.
Mhm.
Now, we've seen all these Batmen, appear over the years. You got Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, Val Kilmer. If you were making your Batman movie, who would you hire as Batman, and then make a case for why you think they would be a good Batman?
Hmm. All right, no.
who you want to go first?
What's up?
who you?
Whoever wants to go first, go for it.
I'll go for it. Henry Cavill
As Batman,
as Batman.
he was.
Why? Well, you make a case. What
No,
does
wait,
he
wait, wait.
show?
Before we answer this question, are you talking about previous Batmans or anybody?
No,
To be
anybody acting. If you were making a Batman movie right now,
Mhm.
who would you hire to play Batman?
Um, it would be Henry Cavill. The reason why is because he matches Batman's attributes to the T. He's a great actor. He could do the stunts, but it's never going to happen because he already played Superman. I think he played Superman so darkly to the point that he could have played Batman. Like you know what I mean? Like first of all, he looks great in suits.
Mhm.
Second, he brings that emotion behind him. Like, do you remember uh in Mission Impossible
Yep.
when he was evil, or when he was doing the hand-to-hand fighting?
Mhm.
Yep.
Like he brings that brutal physicality, because Batman is just to me is James Bond turned up
Yeah.
wearing a costume, and I think he brings it. Like, and there was a rumor that was since been debunked that that's who James Gunn was going to bring in, because
Yep.
he said multiple times that I'm hiring Henry Cavill in a very significant role. And
Yeah.
now this new Batman is going to be seasoned, he's
Yeah.
going to be like he's been Batman for like a decade or more. He fits the perfect thing.
Yeah.
But fan casting somebody else would be Jensen Ackles, but Jensen Ackles is like 5'8", so he doesn't he doesn't
That's
fit the bill.
That's the dude from Supernatural.
Yeah, he voiced him a bunch of times, and he was amazingly the Red Hood in the Batman the Red Hood movie, which is one of my favorite comic book movies ever.
Mhm.
I'm gonna bring up something with that in a little bit, but Chris, your turn. If you could hire anyone, white or black, anyone, this is your Batman movie.
Mhm.
Who would you hire as Batman?
I'm actually surprised Marcos I actually could see that happening. I think that would be a dope Batman as Henry Cavill. I can't argue that one.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on Michael Keaton. I'm not gonna lie, when Flash came out and he was in the movie,
Yep.
I was like, yo, that's that guy.
So
However,
you would just hire Michael Keaton?
no. I'm before I get to where I'm going,
Okay.
like he's still Batman to me. Like obviously he was the early '90s, '80s, whatever the case may be. Going back to the Flash, he put out the tape measure and everything else.
Yeah.
Those are Batman's gadgets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously he's not big enough. He's not tall enough.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, because to be Batman, I'm stuck on the best Batman ever was the animated series.
Yeah.
On Cartoon Network. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the
Um,
best Batman live action that we had that was casted was Ben Affleck. That's just me.
he acted good, but he didn't have the look for me still.
Like, nah, he played a grizzled Bruce.
Yeah.
Like,
as a Batman that's been doing it for 20, 30 years, I think he was perfect for it.
Yeah.
So I mean, so if we're gonna like honestly, I really can't think of somebody like because they have to be big in stature, clean.
I mean, you black hire Idris Elba.
No, I see. I thought about
He's
that, but
too
I don't.
old.
No,
I think
no,
he's too old right now.
I
You
thought
could
about. I thought
go
about
ahead.
Idris Elba, but I don't think he has the body size for it.
I think he's a big dude, and he trained in Muay Thai. He could. I mean, this is your movie. You can make him an old ass fucking Batman that's getting ready to hang up the cowl. You know.
I mean, I don't know. You know what? I um, I don't know. I got nobody. That only person, two people I thought of was Henry Cavill and Idris Elba, but Michael Keaton's still my dude all day.
Yeah.
Now, what about you?
If I was making a Batman movie, I'll be honest with you, I would love to hire Jake Gyllenhaal as Batman.
Really?
I think he's done enough movies where he really gets into the role. Like he's somebody who can play somebody who is slightly what's the word? Schizophrenic really well. And to me, that Batman is slightly schizophrenic or bipolar. Like he's got that kind of like, nuance to his mentality that like, yeah, he might be a little crazy. He might be a bit sociopathic. And if you ever seen have you ever seen Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler? He's got that where he can play that suave, I can charm a whole room, but I might be a bit psychopathic. So you could see him as someone who would put on a fucking costume and just go beat up bad guys. I actually think he would pull it off real well. Now, I don't know how big he is. He might not have the stature for it, but
he did. I mean, you saw him in Roadhouse, so he could get in shape. Batman doesn't necessarily have to be bulky.
No, I'm talking about height. Because how tall is Jake Gyllenhaal? He's like 5'10".
I'm not sure. Yeah.
But the thing is, I actually think a shorter Batman is I actually like the idea of it because you're supposed to be able, like, it's kind of like Spider-Man. You're supposed to think anybody could be him. When you get somebody who's fucking 6'5" and jacked, you be like if you get the dude from fucking Reacher, like you see him walking down the street, you be like, yeah, that's Batman over there.
No, he's already a DC superhero already.
No, let's go this route. Let's think about Kane in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, in my opinion, Kane was the biggest and strongest in WWE. So if you take that Kane, like 2005 Kane, and make him Batman, I think it would work.
Okay, here's the thing.
Because he didn't talk in WWE, so you don't know his voice in the movie.
Yes, but okay, if you saw Batman, and then you see Bruce Wayne walking around, you'd be like, there's not a lot of people that have that stature. So it eliminates a lot of people who could theoretically, if you live in that Batman in Gotham, it eliminates a lot of people who could be Batman. I think it's just too obvious that someone the size of Kane is also Batman.
But he had the size and he had the demeanor for it. I will say that.
I get it, but I'm just saying, like, if you're in that world, if you live there, everybody could tell who Batman is.
But
that's what I'm saying.
But if you want me to go a little bit deeper, now if you want to do Batman Beyond, Michael Keaton could be the original Bruce, and the dude from what's her face's the TV show, oh my god, the HBO show that he did the weird movie. Something McPherson, what's his name? No, Tanner Buchanan. He could play Terry McGinnis.
What the hell's Tanner? Who is that? What movie? What are you talking about?
The Tanner McGinnis. He was in that. No, Tanner Buchanan. He was in. He was in Cobra Kai.
I don't even remember. I don't even know what he looked like. I'm telling you, like if they were to do Nightwing, I would either use, actually, who would be a good person to play as Batman is fucking Aaron Taylor Johnson. He looked like the dude from SNL that you got a fucking hard on for.
This guy.
I thought it was a dude from Twilight.
No. Well, the guy from Twilight is already he's playing an excellent new Bruce. Like he's really good.
Rob Pattinson?
Yeah.
No, I'm Taylor Lautner.
Oh, like what fucking
that dude
Taylor Lautner, I like him, but he can't act for shit.
Yeah. Well, in some movies, you can't give him a lot of fucking dialogue.
But see, here's the thing with these Batman.
He sounds stupid.
And I know we're going
he talks.
I know we're going off tangent here. The thing that makes Batman movies good is the story. like you want a good Batman, but that's why we had the discussions like who's the better Batman. And some people
Yeah.
say Christian Bale. Some people will say Robert Pattinson. Some people will say Michael Keaton. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the best story that showed Batman and everything else was The Dark Knight. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm it's to me it's between the new Batman and the Dark Knight as far as story. But
The new
again,
Bat.
but the new Batman's good, but it's also 80% fucking Batman. So you don't really know how his Bruce is. Whereas in the Dark Knight, you get a good sense of Batman and Bruce. And that's why I think right now I think Christian Bale is the best Batman because not only does he play a great Batman, but he plays a fucking really good Bruce Wayne.
You know
I
why?
think
You know why I can't say he's the best?
What?
The fucking voice change. If he didn't have a voice change, then yeah,
Mm.
because Batman was a man of
where
few
is she?
words.
Swear to me.
Oh man,
But they
I
didn't
still
with
think
him. With him, they didn't do the voice modulation. Where with a lot of other Batman, they do the voice modulation, so they could just talk normal.
and that's why I like Robert Pattinson's Batman because that scene when he's talking to I think Riddler and he thinks he's been discovered as Bruce Wayne as Batman, and
Mhm,
you see his face change in the mask,
mhm.
where he actually, in my opinion, he goes from Batman to Bruce Wayne under the mask,
Okay,
and that's dope to
I'll
me.
give you that.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
I still don't know what his Bruce Wayne is gonna look like
Mm,
like being out in public, you know,
gotcha.
because you
I
saw a
mean,
little bit of it in the movie, but he played the recluse, so it was kind of different. Like I don't know if he can pull off the suave, or I don't know what his suave Bruce Wayne is gonna look like yet, but I don't know.
well, we might not need to have that because remember, in his world, he's just like it's a very dark world. Like you know, what I
Yeah,
mean, it's more realism. Like that's why the penguin it wasn't like campy. It wasn't like haha. It was like more like how these people existed. How would it be?
yeah, but
Like you know,
I also think with that movie, it was also Bruce learning that he can do just as much as Bruce Wayne as he does as Batman. So he was learning that like Bruce Wayne can also help as well. Because in that movie, he was obsessed with being Batman and helping the city that way. And then by the
Mm,
end, you realize that's why he's out in the daytime. He's like, no, there's some more I can do to help the city out as Bruce.
mm.
Speaking of, did you guys ever read Riddler Year One?
No.
I have.
So I just ordered. I haven't read it yet. But Chris, it's so the dude that played Riddler, Paul Dano. So when
Mhm.
he was getting ready for the role, he wrote basically a diary of kind of like the Riddler's origin and like where he came from, how he grew up, and all this stuff. And they ended up taking that diary that he wrote in order to get into character, and they turned that into a 5-run comic.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what it looks like. 'Cause I heard it's really good, and I just ordered
It's
it.
a really good run. I
Yeah.
Mm,
mean,
okay.
like a lot. And see, the thing with comics is that everybody can put their flavor on it. Like I a lot of these like this like fan casting a character is dope, but
Yeah.
then it's like you get people that are amazing at it, like that, and you didn't have an interpretation. Like a lot of people are like, oh my god, Ben Affleck, the guy from Geely,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
like you know he killed it, and
Same thing with
like
Robert
on
Pattinson, the guy from
yeah
Twilight. But nah, that dude's an actor. So yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, all right. Well, that's the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast featuring Marcos. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
It's your boy Marcos, aka at the Sunset Kid.
And your boy Chris Brown, get ready for Delta. Stay
All right.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Hit
Well,
him with it.
next
Ooh, yeah.
It's been an hour since you've been gone.
week we'll be
Ooh,
back.
yeah.
Whose turn is it next week to pick a movie?
It
Is
is
it?
my
It
turn.
should be
Ooh,
Marcos.
okay. I can't wait to see what Marcos is thankful for.
So
Hopefully
we
it's
call glizzies and
Sisu 3.
glizzies and titties.
But yeah,
That's the name of my
if,
autobiography.
if you're watching and listening to this, like thank you guys for rocking with us. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. I don't know how the quality of this episode is going to be yet because I plugged it in through an Ethernet, but we'll see. It's looking funny on my end, but hopefully it all records right. So we'll see.
We shall see.
All right, well, catch y'all later.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Um,
I'm a warrior.